Good morning, happy weekend. I'm out here with coffee. Today's mug is the last of the little cats. He's a blue little buddy. He is adorable. So it is 57 degrees out right now. Truly living my best life this morning. It is so nice out. I have the back door open, the cats are looking out. I'm gonna open the windows. It is a beautiful late summer, early fall morning here in Indiana. Oh, it's not humid. There's not a lot of bugs. This is truly the best weather right here. Also, I cut my hair. Got it cut. I didn't cut it. I got it cut, which is something I don't do very often. I usually cut my own hair. So yeah, I got it cut. I got a lot of length taken off of it and it feels so much better. So yeah, things out here are growing. I think you can probably see. It's very exciting. I'm very excited to have some fall stuff, especially since we moved and I had to kind of sacrifice all my summer stuff. So the squash is coming up really nice. The cucumbers are coming up great. The beans are climbing. I did have to hang, you probably can't see it, but over here I had to hang one of those bag-a-bug things. We have Japanese beetles really bad over here and they have been absolutely destroying my pole beans. So I hung one of those bag-a-bugs back here in the back of the yard, just on a shepherd's hook. And I'm hoping that that will help curb that problem. I have had success with those in the past. Like last year I used one, it worked great. So I'm hoping that it will work again this fall so my beans won't just be full of holes. They're fine because beans don't really care, it seems like, but I would prefer it if they weren't full of holes. You know, I don't really want them to struggle. I don't have much time left before the frost. Any minute counts really when it comes to growing stuff right now before the frost comes in about, I don't know, 5 weeks or so. It could be sooner, it could be later. Our frost dates have really changed here in the last few years. Technically we're in 6A, but we're also in 5B now. So that really changes the frost dates. We used to not have a frost until like the end of October. And normally like Halloween time was when it would frost. But now it's looking like it's gonna be like the middle of October, but it really could be the beginning of October. So I really could have between 3 weeks and like 7 weeks. Like, you just don't know. The forecast here is not, like, it literally could be down to 30 one night and then get up to like 85 the next day and then be back in the 50s and 60s at night. So it's like not, I don't know. If that's the case, I'll just cover everything up, you know? Like, I'm not gonna let everything die for one night of frost. I say that now, but we'll see what happens. It's like, I don't know how I would cover these archways. I guess I could. I probably have enough frost fabric I could do that with, but I don't know. The end of the season is, especially now that I just planted stuff, it's kind of stressful. I planted in these beds that are over here. We're gonna walk, pick up the tripod. In these beds that are over here, these raised beds, I planted some lettuce and I planted some kale. I just direct sowed everything, which for lettuce is totally fine. So anyway, I planted, I'm just gonna take you off of here. I planted some lettuce in this bed and I planted some kale in that bed. The lettuce is starting to come up. Yeah, look, you can grow coffee. This is starting to come up. Like, this looks pretty good. I can start harvesting off of this. This red lettuce looks really good. Something's been digging in here. I think it's a squirrel. Because I planted spinach back there and it just hasn't done anything. So I'm thinking about making like a hoop cover to put over this. just to keep the squirrels out, honestly, because I would really like to have some spinach back there and some more lettuce, because they've been digging in this whole thing, and I think the problem is the seeds are getting displaced and they're just not growing. So I may try and sow this again and cover it with a hoop and just see what happens. I don't know, I'll make it out of some wire hangers and frost fabric probably, if I had to guess. And then the kale over here has done, well, you can see how much kale I have. And there's like dirt back there, so someone's been digging in here again. Like, there's a few little green things down in here, but they're all like displaced. So I don't know. I know I have squirrels digging in these beds. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some hoop covers. And when I say make hoop covers, I am not gonna buy anything to make these. I have frost fabric, and I don't want to use plastic because I don't want it to get super hot in there. So I'm thinking frost fabric. And I'm also just gonna use like old wire hangers. I have a ton of those, and I think I'm just gonna like unhanger them, make them into hoops and stick them down in these beds and then put frost fabric over it. Now I realize that a squirrel could probably get into that, but I'm hopeful it'll just deter them a little bit. I don't know. Also, I'm gonna go to the farmer's market tomorrow morning and see if maybe I can find some fall plant starts, like some kale starts. I'd really love to find some kale starts somewhere, because I have like none of this kale is gonna do anything, because the squirrels keep digging it up. Yeah, this was not a problem at the old house. We had squirrels, but they were not like this. These squirrels are savages and I love it. I'm very proud of them, but like, dang. They're living their best life over here, honestly. But like, I'd really like them to leave my stuff alone. And it's just these two raised beds. And no, I take that back. One of them dug in the barrel or the bucket planters I have on the deck. I found a big hole in one of those, and I'm like, oh, it was a squirrel for sure. So they do dig up there as well, which, like, I can't blame them, honestly, but it's just kind of annoying, you know? So I am gonna try and look for some like fall plant starts. I really would like to have kale. If I can find something else, that would be okay, but I'd really like to have some kale. There are quite a few local growers that come to our farmer's market, so I'm not gonna hold my breath, but like, I'm thinking that maybe I'd be able to find something. I don't know, we'll see. If not, what I might do, honestly, is just make some little greenhouses and out of like containers, like I did when I winter sowed. I'll put a link to that down below if you haven't seen it, but basically you take like an old like plastic container or milk jug and you poke holes in it, put dirt in it, and then plant your seeds in that, and then the squirrels can't get in it. I could use the greenhouse, I guess, but the greenhouse is still a mess. Like, I haven't done anything in there. I have like a pile of the grow bags from the tomatoes just chilling in there that have all the spent potting soil in it, but that's the only potting soil I have right now. I haven't bought any potting soil. I probably should, because when I start seeds in like February and March for peppers and stuff, I probably won't be able to find any at Menards or Lowe's. So it'd probably be smart for me to go buy a few bags of potting soil to keep in the shed. I did also this week, was it this week? Yeah, I guess it was last weekend. I got 2 new compost bins. That's exciting. My old bin, I came out here to put some stuff in it and roll it around, and the lid fell off and all the stuff fell out, and that was gross. Because I had been neglecting it, and so it was kind of nasty in there. But yeah, I had to pick all that up and put it back in there. So that was kind of my cue to be like, okay, it's time to upgrade. So I did upgrade. This is the second time I have bought these containers to do compost in. The last time I bought just one, because I was just gonna add a squirrel ate a tomato off my plant. Squirrels. Yeah, okay, well, it's fun. I just bought one because I was going to add a container to my arsenal of compost, and I had it behind our garage where the greenhouse was at the old house. Yeah, you can see it back here. And someone stole it. It literally had shredded newspaper and like an old container of spring mix that we didn't eat in it. So yeah, I hope they enjoyed what they got. So I gave up on doing another compost bin. And then now I can have these. I don't have to worry about anyone stealing them because they're inside the fence. So I have these 2 bins. They are full of leaves and whatever was in the old compost bin, which was like kitchen scraps and stuff. Some spent potting soil. I do like to put spent potting soil in my compost, mostly because it adds like that perlite and the peat moss and coconut coir. It adds all that stuff that makes it a little bit fluffier, which I really like. So I will take, like when I empty my pots, if I empty my pots like on the front porch for the year, or like this year I have all these grow bags from the tomatoes. When I empty those, I will take and I will put some of that potting soil in the compost. Now I had like 15 grow bags of tomatoes this year. I will not put all of that in there. I'll put like 1 or 2 in each bin. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can. Look at this. This is my black cherry tomato, and it is doing the most. Like, look at that thing. I am very proud of it. That was the first tomato that I put in the ground here when we moved, and yeah, it actually looks really good. I'm really proud. It does have a lot of tomatoes on it too, which is awesome, and it's setting flowers again. Oh, thank you, plant. I love you. Also, those tomatoes are delicious. I don't know if I'm gonna do a tomato review video this year because I didn't really have a lot to try, to be honest, of my newer varieties that I did, but that tomato, the black cherry, is so good. I will definitely be regrowing that one next year for sure. I want to show you the stuff over here really quick. Look at these cucumbers. Starting to climb, which is awesome. And over here, the beans are also starting to climb. I don't know if you can see, but they're starting to go up the panel. They're also trying to go up the fence. So I've had to kind of like unweave them from the fence and push them back towards the cattle panel, but that's okay, they'll figure it out. That's squash. Yay! I'm so excited about that. I have never successfully grown zucchini or yellow squash, and I know you're probably like, how? I've never, the first time I grew it was last year. I put it in grow bags, and it did not really like the grow bag situation very much, so that's why. But it's in the ground this year, and I'm really excited, and I'm really hopeful that I'm gonna get some squash, so yay! Hopefully in the next like few weeks, I will be picking some zucchini and yellow squash. That would be awesome. I'm gonna go in and get my day started. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching my new series, Gardens from the Ground Up. Episode 1 is out. I will put a link to that down below. Episode 2 hopefully will be coming out next week. I haven't shot it yet, but I may be able to shoot it tomorrow morning, so we'll see. I'm really excited about episode 2. It's called Designing the Space, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.